Episode 11 of 9 Puzzles begins its finale with a flashback of teen Lee Seong-ju visiting Dreamland. 10 years later, Yang visits her and gives her Nam-suk's photo and handkerchief. He wasn't able to find Dr. Lee earlier as she had actually changed her name. She has questions and Yang decides to tell her everything. At present, Dr. Lee introduces herself as the puzzle killer and takes Ina to the next crime scene. Han-sam worries as he is unable to contact Ina, and the cops comb the CCTVs and find the women heading to the One City. When they arrive, Dr. Lee throws Assemblyman Kim from the rooftop. His corpse misses Han-sam by an inch, and Han-sam is upset that Ina put herself in danger by leaving with Lee. Now, Ina is upset that Dr. Lee was toying with her. However, Lee explains that she genuinely wanted to help Ina uncover the puzzle. Lee stopped killing initially because no one was interested in her story. She resumed after learning Ina was obsessed with uncovering the truth. We then receive a flashback after Yun-soo's death. Captain Yang gives Dr. Lee back Nam-suk's handkerchief that she dropped at the crime scene. He wants her to stop, but she believes it's too late for her. He realizes that she wants the world to know the injustice done to her family and suggests they hold a press conference. However, she refuses as she also wants vengeance here. At present, Ina tries to convince Dr. Lee that murder is not the way to go. The therapist disagrees as she reveals that none of the victim culprits actually apologized. They had forgotten Nam-suk's death, which angered her, and we also learn that Dong-hoon got 3 apartments to bury the case, and he sold them to buy his house. After Lee kills Assemblyman Kim, she gives Ina the final puzzle piece and escapes. The piece is blacked out and is the center of the whole puzzle, and Dr. Lee is spotted at the funeral home, hinting that she regrets Yang's death. Han-sam rushes there while Ina visits the theme park to stop the final murder. Ina hits the jackpot though as she finds Dr. Lee on the merry-go-round. Lee has doused the ride in oil, and it turns out she is the final piece and is actually going to kill herself. Ina thinks she's a coward, but that isn't the case. Now, Lee reveals that she had actually forgotten the restaurant's location and would often visit the merry-go-round in hopes of finding her mother. She feels guilty that her mum died while waiting for her at the restaurant. She has no more reason left to live, and while she talks, Han-sam shows up as well and the duo try to stop Lee. Lee simply comments that she hates people struggling to live a life not worth living. She doesn't understand why they kill one person to make space for another person to live, and she burns to death while Ina and Han-sam look on in shock. At the precinct, Ina refuses to give a statement, citing memory loss. Han-sam too doesn't push her, and she hides in a house and he brings her coffee every day. He also attends Yang's funeral and apologizes for not saving Dr. Lee. A week later, she tries to resign, but Superior Yoon convinces her to take a hiatus instead. Ina runs into Han-sam, who tries to tempt her with a new case. She's amused but has dinner with him and his mum. She learns that they got the One City apartment in a lottery. She also does a TV interview on the puzzle case and is back to her usual playful self. She reveals that she became a criminal analyst to profile herself. She suspected herself of being Dong-hoon's murderer and wanted to uncover the truth. The interviewer asks if she has moved on, and she's lost in thought. A while later, Han-sam has a new case. After being drained of blood, Jeong Mi-so is dolled up and put on display. Ina returns as a profiler and analyzes the killer. And at the end of the episode, she shows Han-sam another puzzle and he is left in disbelief. So 9 Puzzles ends the perfectly fine murder mystery on a perfectly fine note, and as usual the writers get greedy and mess it up by focusing on how quirky and cool and different Ina is. Ina once again plays the memory loss card, but this time it doesn't really make sense, as the one thing Dr. Lee wanted was the world to know the injustice suffered by her and her mother. So why does Ina stay quiet when asked for a witness statement? And after mourning and accepting the situation for a week, she's back to her quirky and goofy self in the interview. Her character development is all over the place, making one wonder what the writer's goal was by creating someone like Ina. It's quite strange that the same show, which handles Han-sam and Dr. Lee's characters really well, doesn't do the same for our protagonist, Ina. Now Han-sam finally grows up, allowing himself to think emotionally instead of solely relying on logic to close a case. Fortunately, the majority of the finale focuses on Dr. Lee and the puzzle case itself, which, let's be honest, are the definite highlights of the show, which I guess is probably the point for a show titled 9 Puzzles. Viewers will not only be able to sympathise with Lee, but also understand where she's coming from. She is disillusioned by the world and doesn't think it's one worth living in. The final heartache is the fact that she blames herself for her mother's demise, as Nam-suk refused to leave the restaurant. The plot twist is so melancholic that one won't miss glossing over the plot hole of exactly why Nam-suk didn't just go back to the park, or why she left without Lee in the first place. Maybe Lee was already gone? The emotional payoff isn't marred though, wrapping up the case in a realistic but bittersweet manner, closing out this Disney Plus K-drama. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.